Right. Oh, is everyone is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, thank you. Let's start this session today. Okay, well, first of all, very good evening to one and all, and welcome to the second session on plant nutrition. So, in the very last class, we have discussed about the very basic and primitive, elementary basics of plant nutrition. What the scientists have discovered or established the importance of nutrition, and we have discussed about the different classifications of nutrition, maybe based on the ionic nature or the biochemical nature. Like that, we have seen lot of basic information in the last session. But today we are going to see what are the importance and what are the chemical deficiencies are going to be, and what are the major functions in the plant it will going to take place. And we are also going to discuss about the what are the functional nutrients, what are the functional nutrients are present, what are the functional nutrients are present in the plant body. So very next slide, we will see the next slide. So this is the topic today, is the functions and deficiencies of plant nutrition. So please be careful, students. At the end of the session, you will get a questions on the screen and you should answer. So please thorough, and please keep your running notes also. Today's topic is very important as per considering the plant nutrition course. So the next session is coming next. So very first, we will see the nitrogen. So nitrogen is one of the major element and important we usually supplies most of the nitrogen, especially in Indian conditions. We use mostly urea as a major fertilizer. So let's coming to the importance of nitrogen in plants. Mostly it is a constants of proteins and nucleic acid, and of course it's an integral part of the chlorophyll also, and also in cytochromes and vitamins and coenzymes and some alkalines also. So as everybody know, the porphyrin ring system in chloroplast. So we know that there will be nitrogen is in central. There will be a magnesium. There will be four rings. So one nitrogen and four carbon atoms. In the center we can see the single magnesium. That's why we can see whenever there is a nitrogen deficiency, automatically we can see that the leaves will be yellowing. So these are the some basic information regarding with the nitrogen. So let's come to the next one. It is nitrogen deficiency. So what in case if there is a nitrogen deficiency, what will be the condition? So N deficiency are generally, as I said in previously, it's a chlorosis of lower leaves. Students, why lower leaves? So yesterday has said why why the lower leaves are getted yellowing than younger leaves.
Because it
Because
is a mobile element.
yeah, somebody have answered.
Mobile.
It's mobile. Yeah, it's mobile and we can see that on our second symptom it is stunted growth. So yellowing this, and another third point is yellow discoloration from the leaf tip and backward. It would form as a V. In the comment we can see some with the yellow in discoloration. We can see some V symptom. Especially if you have any familiar, we can see this type of V symptom is very common in sorghum plants. We can see this type of reduction. So, and next one is reduced tillering in cereal crops. In cereal crops, we can see there will be a reduced tillering in cereals. So these are the few symptoms. Please remember. Next. So another one is phosphorus. Students, remember that phosphorus is very tricky and it is very difficult to manage because it's completely pH dependent factor. So mostly, as I said in the yesterday class, it's an energy currency, and you all know that it will stimulate the root development. So whenever there is a inhibition of root, definitely we can say there is phosphorus is one of the cause due to the lack of root development, and it increases the nitrogen fixation capacity. As the phosphorus is more, naturally nitrogen capacity fixation capacity is more. It's stored in the seeds in the form of phytene. So the major thing is that it's the energy currency. In case of phosphorus, you should always remember that it's an energy currency. It involved in the root development, and also it will increases the nitrogen fixing capacity. And students, and apatite is one of the major phosphorus containing mineral. This is another important topic, another mineral which is supplies a phosphorus in the soil. So coming to the next, what are the deficiencies factors we can see here? So deficiency. So this symptom, if anybody have seen in sorghum in your college, in a college farm, or if you have anybody have any agriculture farm, you can see this type of in this image you can see this type of discoloration is very quite common. This purple discoloration is very quite common. So that is what we have mentioned here. Purple discoloration underside of leaves due to the accumulation of anthocyanin pigment. Please remember this anthocyanin pigment accumulation and purple discoloration. So please remember these words, okay? And coming to the second part is sickle leaf disease in black pepper. So mostly I think black pepper, most of wheat majorly we can see, so where the pepper is grown, we can see some sickle leaf disease in the black pepper condition, and toxicity, that is mostly we can see the weak fiber. There is a phosphorus toxicity, we can say a weak fiber in cotton. So another one, and another element is potassium. So potassium, I think yesterday I said about the potassium one word is the policeman, and you can see potassium is not any integral part of any plant tissue. So mostly it is available in three forms. That is a non-exchangeable, exchangeable, and in solution case. There is mostly in solution exchangeable case a major supply to the plant roots. So in these three forms there will be equal dynamism will be applicable. So major role is, so what is the major role of this potassium is it maintains the quality of the crop, or quality, it is a quality element. It improves the quality of our output. So major role is catalyzing activities of enzymes. It plays a major role in catalyzing of enzymes and improve the disease and drought resistance in the crop. So this is a very important, student. So improves the disease and drought resistance in the crop, and also enhances the winter hardness in crop. This is what, as in the previous video I mentioned, it is a drought resistance. At the same time, it enhances the winter hardness also. Winter hardness, and regulates the opening and closing of stomata, and osmoregulation in normal soils, and translocation of assimilation sugars. So these are the major functions of as soon as if anybody asks about what are the major importance of potassium in agriculture, means first of all it is a very quality element, or it improves the crop quality, and it activates the catalyzes the enzymatic enzymes and improves the disease and drought resistance, and naturally it enhances the winter hardness in the crops and regulates the opening and closing of stomata and osmotic regulations in normal soils, and also it translocates the sugars. So naturally it is called as a policeman element. Naturally potassium is called a policeman in plant. So major potassium containing minerals is a feldspar. Mostly these are called the potassic feldspars. Feldspar is one of the element mineral which supplies the potassium in soil. So coming to the deficiency, it's not banana, it's a sorghum crop. So marginal scorching, especially you can see in this image there will be marginal cross. There is marginal scorching. You can see this scorching, or you can see some drying of the marginal cross. And if the symptom is very severe, you can see this scorching will be extended in the center, and there will be completely drying of leaf, as we can see here. You can see it, there is a complete drying of this scorching. So this is one of the symptom, marginal scorching. And remember, students, in exam most of them ask marginal scorching is a typical symptom of dash. They may ask like this, so you have to answer as a potassium. So next one. So this is what I am going to say. This is what interesting. Actually, potassium is very tricky. Even you can see that even if you want to do any analysis, potassium is easily washaways, because potassium is a positively K plus. It's a positive, and inside is always it will be mobile. It is move away. It is very difficult, and as I mentioned in the previous words, it is in three forms. One is non-exchangeable, exchangeable, and solution. So there should be a equal dynamism. There should be equal dynamism. Dynamism means, in a sense, if there is a depletion in soil potassium, that means soil potassium is readily, instantly available to the plants. So once this potassium is exhausted, naturally exchangeable potassium will be converted into solution. At the same time, when the exchangeable, but there is a deficit in exchangeable potassium, there will, from non-exchangeable potassium, it will be converted to exchangeable potassium. So there should be an equal dynamism. So if in case there's a few soils where the potassium producing minerals are very less, so in that case we can see some potassium deficiency. So in that case, if we add a potassium fertilizers like MOP, muriate of potash, we can see there is a good response in the crop. At the same time, if there is a plenty amount of potassium in some soils, and if you add potassium in that, so the response will be very less. So keep remember, when there is only deficiency, or only when there is a need, there will be a response of our fertilizers. So this principle is naturally applicable to the almost all the elements in our agriculture. Coming to the second one, that is hidden hunger. Hidden hunger, it is nothing but naturally it won't show any deficiency symptoms. You can see this type of hidden hungers and all those things in sugarcane crop. Hidden hunger, it won't show any symptoms. Even it needs the nutrition. So, but we can see that there will be a reduction in our output or our harvesting. This is called the hidden hunger. Coming to the luxury consumption, it observes or accumulate more potassium. It will not show any increasing in yield. So naturally there will be a consumption of more potassium, but at the same time there will be no increasing. So whatever might be, both these are, I think simply we can say it's a wastage of potassium or wastage of our input fertilizer. So these are the three things we have to remember in our potassium case. So potassium is very tricky, and moreover, if anybody have any experience in your laboratory, you can see for extracting a phosphorus, we have to shake nearly half an hour minimum rate. We have to shake half an hour in our conical flask. But in case of potassium, just 5 minutes enough. That too we use only uh, we use the one reagent. What is that? Ammonium acetate. Yeah, neutral normal ammonium acetate. Just 5 minutes is enough. So that much easily washable potassium. So potassium also we should manage potassium element also very carefully. But in Indian cases, most of our soils are potassium rich. That's why in India there is a no production of potassium fertilizers. So next, go to the next slide. So well, this is the image. This is a healthy leaf. There will be no any nutrient deficiencies, nothing. But at the same time, you can see phosphate deficiency. You can see the purple coloration. At the same time, potassium deficiency. You can please see the difference of potassium and nitrogen. Potassium is coming from edges, whereas nitrogen is in a V shape. You can see that E shape. There's a major difference between these are the some major deficiency symptoms of NPK. Okay, next. So coming to the another secondary nutrient, that is the calcium. So mostly calcium, we know that involved in cell division and plays a major role in maintenance of chromosome. And also it is and also structure and permeability of a cell membrane. So it's an important to maintain the calcium chromosome and also to involve in the cell division in the form of calcium pectate, responsible for the holding the cell walls of the plants. So calcium pectate is one of the component which helps to hold together all the cell walls in the plant. It involves in the direct nodulation in the plant. So remember students, this is very important. It involves in the direct nodulation, not only in the plant nutrient and also important for conducting physical and chemical properties also of soil calcium. So naturally students, this calcium plays an important role not as a nutrient, not as a plant nutrient, but also plays a major role to maintain the physical and chemical properties. Especially if you see there, especially in sodium dominated soils, you can see the particles will be dispersed. It will be dispersed and there will be no attachment between the particles. But I say, so to avoid this problem, actually we use calcium as a flocculant element. So natural sodium is a deflocculant and this is called as a flocculant element. Best example, if anybody have a devil pit idea, devil pits are formed due to the weak concentration of sodium. So once we jumped into the devil pit, it's very difficult to come out. So naturally we will go inside because the particles will disperse very high. So it's another issue. So next come to the next slide. Deficiency symptoms. So please take down these important points. So blossom end rot in tomatoes is a very severe problem. One of the blossom end rot in tomato, bitter pit of apples, and tip hooking in cauliflower, and black heart in cereal. So these are the major important things. And students, remember that this calcium plays a major role in the peck formation of groundnut crop also. So mostly in groundnut they use gypsum. Gypsum is nothing but it contains calcium sulfate. So naturally this calcium plays a major role in cooking that that peck formation. So there is a good peck formation only we can see a good yield. Next. Please remember these points. Blossom and rod, bitter pit of apple, thick hooking in cauliflower, black heart in celery. Please note down these points. So another one, magnesium. Just in nitrogen, we have discussed about this one simple point regarding it, the magnesium. So magnesium component of chlorophyll, because chlorophyll formation usually accounts around 15 to 20% of total magnesium content of the plants and cofactor of many enzymatic reactions. So this is a major element in chlorophyll. It's the center of the entire chlorophyll collection. It is a structural component in ribosomes. It plays an important role in binding ribosomes particles during the protein synthesis. So this protein synthesis, this plays a major important role in a particle during the protein synthesis. This is what. And coming to the next deficiency symptoms, intermittent chlorosis in older leaves. So naturally, older leaves, you know why older leaves are become leaves, because it's immobile in nature. So reddening in cotton. Usually, I think most of them. This second one is all are much familiar. If, whoever in your college, if there is a cotton crop, this type of symptom is very quite common. Reddening in cotton and sandron in tobacco and grass tetany in cattle. So this will be this symptom, this grass tetany hypomagnesia, also called as hypomagnesia. So please wait. So hypomagnesia, sandron in tobacco and grass tetany, it's hypomagnesia. This disease is observed in a cattle because when there is a forage crop or when there is a grass which is deficient in magnesium, and this was feed to the cattle, means saying the magnesium level in the magnesium level of a cattle blood will be reduced. So that symptom is called grass tetany in a cattle. So this is also called hypomagnesiasis. Another element, sulfur. So this is another important element. So sulfur, usually if anybody want to see any importance, how if your crop has any sulfur content is more, means just a simple layman technique is that just take a wet soil and you can smell it. If you smell some protein or something, you can sense that there is a sulfur content is more in your soils. So another, coming to the point, it is important constant of some amino acids. Yeah, it's important. The cysteine and cysteine and methionine. So the important amino acid is important constant. So please note on these points, students. Cysteine and methionine, these are three important and plays important role in oil quality in oil seeds. Very important point is in sulfur. You have to keep in oil quantities. In oil quantity, to get a good oil quantity, there should be a sulfur. It's also important constant of vitamin like biotin, thiamine, and coenzyme A. It's a vital part of redoxins. So sulfur, and there is one major point to discuss about the sulfur. Sulfur is not a constant of chlorophyll, but involved in the synthesis of chlorophyll. Remember, students, this point is very important. Sulfur is not a constant. It is not at all a constant in chlorophyll, but involved in the synthesis of the chlorophyll. And also, students, sulfur mostly gives pungency order. This pungency smell, especially onions and garlic. You can see, what is this? Please stop it. So it is the vital part of the redoxin. Sulfur is not a constant of the chlorophyll, but involved in synthesis. So this is important. Also, you can see the pungency or aroma in few acetic crops with the presence of sulfur, right? So coming to the deficiency. Okay, I think here is the one question to you. Which element is involved in chlorophyll but not synthesis? Just now completed. Sorry, please hold it. So coming to the deficiency symptoms responsible to those of N deficiency, but symptoms first occur in younger leaves. Symptoms resembles those of N deficiency definitely, cause is involved in the chlorophyll synthesis. That's why it's slightly symptoms will be resembles with the and deficiency. So we can see there is a typical symptoms in few crops like in tobacco, downward cupping of tobacco. Mostly if there is any tobacco regions, especially in southern districts of Andhra Pradesh, in tobacco growing area, we can see this type of symptom, downward cupping of tobacco. We can see, and also yellow disease in tea. So there is a in the tea estate, if there is any deficiency of sulfur, we can see yellow disease in tea. So coming to the next one, there is another one, iron. So iron is got important constant of iron, porphyrin, and protein like chromes, rhodopsin, and catalase. So these are the important. Is an important constant of these factors is cytochrome and pyridoxine, catalase, etc. It is essential for the chlorophyll synthesis. Important students, it's essential in chlorophyll synthesis. It is very important constant of pyridoxine, which plays important role in photochemical reactions. So pyridoxine, if you see that in physiology, you can see this photochemical reactions in photosynthesis and biochemical in biological nitrogen fixation. It's a component of nitrogenase, nitrate reductase, and nitrite reductase. So once if there is any iron shortage, we can see there will be a shortage, or there will be a hamper for the nitrogen conversion to the plants. So we can see the deficiency symptoms. So intervenal chlorosis of younger leaves of sorghum. You can see in younger leaves of sorghum we can see, and also Lyme-induced chlorosis. So leaf bleaching in sugarcane, and ivory white of paddy. Ivory white, it's you can, it's I think better you can show in the practically if you show me, you can understand what is ivory white of paddy. So toxicity is nothing but if there is a toxic symptom is we can see there is a bronzing in rice. Coming to the next one. So manganese. The function is a manganese. Manganese is an integral component of water splitting enzyme. Most important, it's take part in photolysis of water in photosystem too. So remember, students, this is very important point. It involved in the photolysis of water in photosystem too in manganese. So the constant of the nitrate reductase actually is a superoxide distimulant and hydroxamine reductase. So constant of nitrogen reductase and superoxide dimutase and hydroxylamine reductase. So it is a place a TCA cycle and also helps in chlorophyll formation. It's important. It plays an important role in the chlorophyll formation also, and it involve most of the biochemical reactions, especially in photosystem and photosynthesis. We can see the important functions. Coming to the next, what are the deficiency symptoms? So these are the important things of manganese. You can see gray spikes of oats and marshy spots of peas, and Bahala blight is a major symptom we can observe quite common in sugarcane, and spicle yellowing of sugar beet, little leaf in apple, and complete intervenal chlorosis. Intervenal chlorosis means beans will be very green, but rest all part will be yellowing. And toxic will be crinkling leaf of cotton. If there is a more, if it crosses the limit, it will be a toxic. So naturally there will be a crinkling leaf on cotton. So next. So we should keep some important notes regarding the elements. Chlorosis, it's the intervenient chlorosis in older leaves. Mostly if it is in older leaves, we can see it's a magnesium. Intervenal chlorosis in younger leaves means it is in iron. And complete intervenient chlorosis, it means it is manganese. So remember this slide is very important, and to avoid any confusion regarding with the deficiency symptoms. So intervenient chlorosis in older leaves, mostly we can say magnesium. Intervenient chlorosis in younger leaves, it is iron. And complete intervenient chlorosis means, as I said, manganese. Important, please note down these 3 points are very important. So coming to the next point, zinc. Actually, it's a major element which is deficient in our soils. Micronutrient involved in many enzymatic activities in metal activator. It is a very most of the micronutrients are always involved in the stimulant or enzymatic activity. It is a constant of the 3 enzymes: carbonic anhydrase, alcoholic dehydrogenase, and superoxide dimutase. So these are all a few enzymes which involved in the photosynthesis and respiration. All these biochemical reactions. These enzymes are involved. This zinc, without this zinc, this can't be a these enzymes can't be activated. So it involves in the synthesis of indolestic acid, tryptophan, and auxins. So tryptophan and auxins, all these are all hormones, growth hormones, and tryptophan is a one of the cofactor in production of hormones. So it involves in synthesis of indole acid and tryptophan and oxygen. So these are important things to learn. These are very basic points regarding with this zinc. So coming to what are the deficiency symptoms? What are the deficiency symptoms we can see? Uh, what are the deficiencies? We can see that there is a Kyra disease, important patients, and we can see white bund in sorghum, maize and sorghum, and little leaf in cotton, brinjal and mango, and there will be flinching of citrus and rosette disease in apple. These students, deficiency symptom, these names should be keep it in mind, and also try to see the images. So easily we can nowadays we can easily access images with the Google. So these are the important symptoms regarding with zinc. So coming to the next. So then next to the copper. So regarding with copper, so it is a copper function. It is an important constant of plastocytinin, copper containing protein. This is one of the it is a constant of plastocyanin, copper containing protein. So it enhances the fertility of male flowers. So remember, students, that this copper involves in enhance the fertility of male flowers. It acts as a electron carrier. It indirectly affect the nodule formation. It indirectly affects the nodule formation. So coming to the next. So deficiency. So remember, student, deficiency, coming to deficiency factors, it can there will be a dieback in there is a dieback in citrus, exanthema in citrus, and empathy glums, empty glums, empty glums in wheat, stem melanosis in wheat, gummosis, rich broom in citrus, and recrimination diseases. So these are the important words you should remember and important. These are actually we can say these are the specific symptoms regarding with this particular element is dieback in citrus, exanthema in citrus, antibiotics and stem, melanosis in wheat, and gummosis, rich broom in citrus, and reclamation disease. So these are the important factors in zinc. So coming to the next element, molybdenum. So molybdenum so this is the only nutrient which is available in a higher pH. So it's a constant of enzyme nitrate reductase. So students, if you please note down all these things. Which element involved in which enzymatic reaction? So just now we have seen all the different functions of one of the element. So please remember all this. It's also structural component of nitrogenase associated with nitrogen fixing in legumes thus plays an important role in nitrogen metabolism. So naturally, without molybdenum, there will be some problem in nitrogen fixation. So it's a constant because it's a constant of enzyme nitrate reductase and also involves in most of the nitrogen fixation in legume crops. So molybdenum plays a major role in legume crops. So deficiency is a very famous deficiency. We know that whiptail of cauliflower, scald in beans, and yellow spots in citrus. So these are the major things, and most of the time most of the textbooks or most of your materials will have mentioned about regarding with this type of tail of cauliflower and scalding beans and yellow spots in citrus. So like this we can say this. Coming to the next nutrient, boron. So naturally this is another element, boron. Boron, I think there is a voting here. Complete intervenient clause is due to the deficiency of which nutrient? Please answer for this poll. The time is very limited. Only 20 seconds is available. 15. Read past. I think 89% is manganese. Manganese does not have shown. So majority is manganese. Some members have been magnesium. Please don't confuse between magnesium and manganese. That's why we have given that intervenient chlorosis students, not complete chlorosis. Because majority is answering as manganese. Okay, so I will end the contest. So answer is manganese. Majority have answered the right way. Thank you. Coming to the boron, please stop this. Coming to the boron functions. So boron facilitates the translocation of sugars and starch by forming a sugar borate complex. It forms some complexation and it involves in the cell differentiation and development of new cells in plant meristem. So students, it plays an important role also in pollen germination. Remember students, most of your examinations regarding with boron, they will ask this. Pollen germination is important. Without boron, there is no pollen germination, and also it forms some complexes with. Please stop this. So it involves in the cell differentiation and development in the new cell in the plant meristems. Plays an important role in the pollen germination. Is that please remember it mostly forms the complexes with the sugars and it's involved in the pollen germination. So please keep these points as a major in boron. So coming to the next, deficiency symptoms. You can say in boron, you can say deficiency symptoms. Internal cock of apple. Internally, I mean, it is a very typical symptom in apple. And hollow stem and browning in cauliflower. You can observe this. And top sickness in tobacco. Hen and chicken disease in grapes. Brown heart in tuber crops. Cracking in fruits. But students, remember that black heart. There is one typical symptom in potato. It observe in black heart is nothing but if you cut and open the potato, you can see there will be empty and black color halo inside that potato. That is called a black heart. Though that deficiency is observed due to the lack of oxygen. So don't confuse brown heart and black heart. Brown heart is in the tuber crops and few tuber crops. But if it is a black heart, what is a black heart due to the deficiency of oxygen? Come to the next element. Chlorine functions and efficiency. Mostly chlorine plays an important role in osmoregulations. So we all know that it plays a major role in osmoregulations. It takes part in photolysis of water in photosystem. Just if you have if you recall your photosystem 1, photosystem 2 in a reactions, you can see chlorine plays a major role in photolysis of water. I mean breaking down of water molecule. It also involved in the charge computation in the higher plants. And also coming to the deficiency symptoms, you can see, please note down these deficiency symptoms, students. So very important regarding with fertility course, deficiency symptoms plays a major role. Gray leaf spot in coconut plants, common root rot in wheat, fusarium root rot in crop, and fusarium yellow in cereals. So naturally, if there is a deficiency of chlorine, so plants are very susceptible to the fusarium. So fusarium species of disease. Fusarium rot in crops, fusarium yellow in cereals. So you can see the next one. Right. So up to now we have seen some major. What are the functions? What are the role in biochemical? What are the role in plant system? What are the role of different elements in the plant system? What is the importance? Which enzyme is in which nutrient is involved in which enzyme utilization, etc., etc. So students, to find out these particular symptoms, there will be for each and every element, there will be a particular crop to find out that specific symptoms, specific deficiency symptoms. So those plants or those crops are called indicator plants. So naturally, those are called the indicator plants. So each and every element there will be some particular indicator. For naturally, so please note down these students, nitrogen, and there will be more than 2-3 crops also, but these are the major crops. Remember, for nitrogen there will be a cauliflower and cabbage as the indicator plant, and for a phosphorus there will be a rapeseed. For the potassium, actually it is the potato. Remember like that. And at the same time, calcium. Remember students, for calcium and nitrogen, both are same. We can understand both are same. The cauliflower cabbage. And magnesium and potassium, potato. Remember, only for phosphorus we can see only rapeseed. Okay, remember like that. Okay. And coming to the iron, iron it's a combination of all this nitrogen, potassium, and calcium. You can see there is a cauliflower, there is a cabbage, there is a potato, like that. And coming to the sodium, naturally sugar beet. So manganese, it's a sugar beet, oats, and potato. You can see these two, these three are. And coming to the boron, boron is a sunflower. So please keep remember these students in exam, especially in JRF, SRF. You can see these are at least you will get one, at least one blank from this one. One blank is very important. You can don't take it very light. So one at least one question will come from this indicator plan. So please be thorough and please be confident and don't be confusion. Please don't be confused. So cauliflower and cabbage, nitrogen for calcium. So we always compare all the crops. So which are the crops are important for which nutrient element? Okay, these are the indicator plants which are involved. Coming to the next. Right, this is I think this is a actually it's a very nice chart to understand the level of the which of whether lower leaves are going to drive a show deficiency or upper leaf show deficiency or what or which intervenient chlorosis will be show or all entire leaf will be show. To avoid all this confusion, this slide will play a major role in your understanding. So let's draw this chart in your in your running notes, students. Please note down all these things. Coming to the older leaves, very first we will see the older leaves. What will happen? Older leaves, we can see older leaves. In older leaves, wow, in older leaf symptoms, directly we can see NPK, we can see in older leaves, and manganese and molybdenum. These three symptoms we can see in older leaves. Okay, if you naturally please older, those are all older, those are all mobile nutrients. That's why we can see in older nutrients. So, and coming to these deficiency symptoms, we can divide into two ways. That is called dead spot, and there in some symptoms we can see dead spots, and in few nutrients we cannot see any dead spots. So those are dead. If you see any dead spots, so those are called as in those maybe those we may consider as potassium and molybdenum, and no dead spots. If there is no any dead spots, that is called nitrogen, phosphorus, and manganese. So these are another things. And coming and also if there is no dead spot, there will be some other symptoms. So green veins. So veins will be that is green veins means veins will be that vein structure will be green, but rest all will be in yellow color. So if show any green veins, we can see that is called a magnesium. Coming to the yellow veins, if there is any yellow veins, we can see nitrogen. So these are yardstick, students. Remember, this point is very useful for you. If there is a green veins, we can see magnesium deficiency. If there is a yellow veins are completely yellow, we can see that is a nitrogen. Coming to the next level. These are new leaves. Naturally, new leaf shows any deficiency. New leaves means new leaves are showing any deficiency means naturally they are immobile nature. So those nutrients are immobile. So they're called the sulfur. What are the immobile nutrients? Sulfur, iron, manganese, and copper. These are all the. Remember, students, all these immobile and immobile in plant body. Okay, don't confuse this in plant body, not in soil. These are in plant body. So if any newly source and different deficiency, definitely those symptoms will be as these four elements: sulfur, iron, manganese, and copper. So again, we can divide into two. These symptoms can be. So if there is any green means definitely it will be a iron and manganese. Remember, manganese, and don't confuse if it is in new leaves. If it is an old leaves, any green means that is called manganese. So don't confuse. Okay, in green means iron and manganese. In yellow means it is a sulfur and copper. We can see in the sulfur and copper. We can see the deficiency symptoms. And coming to the both old and new leaf, the symptoms are shown in both the leaves. So that's naturally it will be a zinc. Naturally, actually there is a one layman technique, students. In paddy crop, if you see any zinc deficiency, just remove that dried leaf which you have any doubt regarding with zinc, and keep that leaf in your ear. If it shows any peppery sound or if it shows any crippling sound, peppery sound means you may consider it as a zinc deficiency. But remember, students, whenever you're confirming any nutrient deficiency, before you have to go thorough it, whether it is any pest infestation or any other disease or regarding all these things, then only we have to go for further analysis. That further means like this, whether it is a nutrient deficiency or which nutrient deficiency. And terminal buds, we can see there is a terminal buds drying. We can see in calcium and boron, we can see this type of typical symptoms. Terminal buds will be dying, dry in the calcium deficiency and boron deficiency. This is one of the very best slide, very nice slide, friends. Please note down this. I will give some time. Please note down this slide. I think it is very rare to get this type of slide. Please note down, because this will be help you to identify the symptoms. What are the symptoms is available? What are the deficiencies available, and where it is available, and what type of symptoms? Because there is some similarities between few nutrients. So to avoid all this confusion, this slide will be very useful to you. Okay, please note down this. Okay, I'm moving to the next slide. That's it. Today is the final, and after completion this session, you will get some questions in a format of multiple choice. Just now we have seen few questions, so you can see in that format. This is our SAF program for IBBS and AF4 program competitive examinations. So anybody interested, or if your students or anybody are needy for this type of program, you can join this. Very minimum price. With this regards, thank you. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yes, friends. Yes, Aditya, is it over?
It is over. It is completed.
Yeah. Now ready for quiz. Now polling is going on regarding today's class. So you have to answer in 30 seconds. Okay. The first question is, which nutrient is known as a quality element?
Potassium.
You just answer.
Just answer. Don't. Just here you can get here. Yeah. Most of them are joining here. Yeah, only 10 seconds more. Yeah, it's time up. So almost except 3% is calcium. Remember, students, potassium is the right answer regarding that. So next.
The next question. Which element is involved in translocation of sugar only?
Please answer. Some people are answering boron, potassium, boron. Yeah, boron is our right answer. Yes, come on. Yeah, boron. Phosphorus, potassium, manganese, boron. In 24 people are answering boron.
Just mute someone is having some problem, some noise, creating some noise. Just mute yourself, otherwise I will going to mute. Yes.
Yeah, it's over. It's time up. So boron, majority answered. So, I think, is there another question?
The question is, which element is not constituent of chlorophyll but involved in synthesis of chlorophyll?
Yeah. Let's see. The poll starts now. Okay, so one, come on. For 10 seconds more for your answer. Right, time up. It's time up. Already we have crossed 30 seconds. The sulfur answer. Majority have answered. 27 people have answered.
Next question is complete intervenous chlorosis is due to the deficiency of which nutrient?
Complete intervenous chlorosis deficiency of which nutrient? Yeah, manganese. Manganese, majority manganese. Yeah.
Yes, time up.
5 seconds more. Yes, time up. It's a manganese. Naturally, it's manganese. And please, that last slide is very important, students. Please note down. And also, we have supplied that PPT in our chat box also. You can download it. Another question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Next, bitter pit of apple is due to deficiency of which element?
Yeah, very regular question in most of the examinations. Oh, I think 100% running. Very nice. Oh, only 2. Now it's reduced 88%, 4%, 7. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, time up. Time up. It's 30 seconds over. Yeah, it's a calcium. Naturally, bitter bit of apple is due to deficiency of calcium. Is there another question?
Next question. Which element is involved in translocation of sugar and starch? Just compare with previous question. That is only sugars and this is sugar and starch. Okay. Start.
Sugar and starch. Calcium, manganese, come on. Oh, I think this question is somewhat problematic for many students. Some people are answering potassium, some people are answering boron. Majority is potassium. Okay, let's see the answer then. Potassium, boron, phosphorus, manganese, going somewhere. Okay, 5 seconds more, students. Yes, time up. Naturally, potassium, 41%. So please remember, student, transferred both the sugars and starch. You can see there is natural translocation. So as in our lecture also I mentioned about this translocation of sugars and starches.
Next.
Potassium.
Black heart
Next
of
question.
potato is due to deficiency of which element?
Yes. Black heart. It's very important. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. I'm not getting 100%. It's a black heart, students.
What? Black heart, not brown heart. Just we are in a slide also we are specifically mentioned.
Actually, I expected 100% for this. Yo,
Okay.
time up, time up.
Answer
Actually,
is
oxygen.
Answer is what? Oxygen
yes?
deficiency.
Yeah, oxygen.
Next, major phosphorus constituting mineral.
Potassium.
Just, oh my God. I'm expecting 100%.
Oh, no.
Very good. Very good. Oh no.
Only on an average, only 30 to 33 students are answering. Then what about remaining students? You try to answer something, then only you will be. Mistakes common. Don't bother about mistake. It's not your final exam. Okay? Time up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, majority apatite. And feldspar is a potassium. Why your people are confusing? Okay, it's completed. The next.
Then next, mineral scorching in banana is due to the marginal scorching in banana is due to the deficiency of. The first question which is running towards wow, sorry. Okay, time up. Answer is yes, Aditya.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes. Reddening in cotton is due to which deficiency? Okay, time up. Then
Magnesium.
you can see result.
Nitrates and magnesium.
Which element is involved in synthesis of tryptophan? Tryptophan.
Japan. Zinc.
Tryptophan is a precursor of which growth hormone? Tryptophan is a precursor of axin.
Auxins.
Okay. So answer is yes, zinc. Then next question. Which element involved in TCA cycle? Tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay. Next. Bronzing in rice is due to toxicity of which element? Yes. The simple questions, don't confuse. Then next, indicator plant for potassium. Running 100%. Oh. Sulfur is the indicator plant. Sorry, sunflower is the indicator plant for which of the element? Sunflower is also indicator plant for another aspect, another parameter, not element, another parameter. What is that?
Permanent wilting point.
Yes. Soil moisture stress or permanent wilting point. Okay. The next question. Little leaf in apple is due to deficiency of zinc. Is it true or false? There is another crop also having little leaf disorder. Which one that?
Brinjal.
Other than brinjal?
Cotton.
Cotton,
Yes.
mango.
Here, what is the answer? Why you are confusing? Okay. Next question. Crinkle leaf of cotton is due to deficiency of then reddening. Reddening in cotton.
Manganese.
Other than manganese deficiency, there is another aspect
Magnesium.
also is there. Even during
Magnesium.
water logging also there is a reddening.
Sir, crinkle leaf in cotton is due to toxicity or deficiency? Manganese.
Crinkle leaf in
Actually, it is
Toxicity.
it is toxicity.
It
Toxicity.
is toxicity.
The question is
Toxicity.
Yes. Is there given deficiency? The crinkle leaf of cotton is not deficiency, it is toxicity.
Toxicity.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, typing mistake is there. Okay. And then okay. Few more questions is there. Speed up. Which nutrient enhance fertility of male flowers?
Copper, iron, manganese.
Yes.
Yeah, time up.
copper is the correct answer.
Yes. Generally, sterility is related to General sterility.
Boron.
Yes. Then next one. Which nutrient plays an important role in pollen formation?
Yes, now.
First question, moving towards 100%. There is also any deviation?
Pollen germination is boron.
Yeah.
Both formation and germination both are same, sir.
Yes, germination, it is involved in both.
Okay, sir.
Then next, hidden hunger is related to hidden hunger. It indicates it is what is it? Even though there is a deficiency, the symptoms not going to appear. Not symptoms, not the crop, not even facing deficiency, but not showing symptoms. Potassium. It's potassium, is it?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Hidden hunger.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Time up.
Behind it, potassium. Then luxury consumption.
Dynamic equilibrium, hidden hunger, and luxury consumption all are
Luxury
potassium.
consumption.
What is luxury consumption and what is hidden hunger?
Luxury consumption
is excess of potash or not show any increase in
Increase in the
yield.
yield, sir.
does not show increase in yield.
Just 1 minute.
Hidden hunger, it won't show any symptoms, but reduce in yield.
Last 2 questions is there, I think. This is, I think, last
Yeah.
question.
Okay. The another question.
Yes.
Yeah, let's continue. And then chicken disease in grapes is due to the deficiency.
Hen and chicken disease in grapes is due to deficiency of.
Come on, I'm expecting 100% for at least one question. Out of 35, only 16. What are the Rustall? Okay, very good. 52.
Okay.
Please. So, that's about naturally. Boron, right answer. So boron is right answer.
Now, okay. Now quiz is over. Yes. So tomorrow's class regarding moisture estimation, soil moisture estimation methods, direct, indirect methods, and different aspects of related to soil moisture. Okay, that is the first session. And second session is reasoning, basics of reason, means basic concept of and some basic how to practice reasoning questions, how to go for means how much means what are the different shortcuts related reasoning. Mr. Rajshekhar is going to take care about reasoning, and regarding this soil moisture estimation, Miss Divya Mani is going to take care. That is about tomorrow's schedule. And other than that, next there is a question.
Actually,
So only if used to, okay.
Okay, well, students, there is a small correction regarding with that. And translocation of only sugars is potassium. Sugar plus starch is boron. Okay. In previous session, we have mentioned some mistake there.
Okay,
Only sugar is
and
potassium.
we are
Sugar
expecting
plus starch is
only
boron.
one thing. Please inform all of your friends to utilize this opportunity. And if anyone have any doubt regarding our 1 year program, you can freely contact us. My contact number is 8919 110 749. And we also said that schedule in chat box, and we also schedule PPT of today's class. Sorry, PDF of today's class. So I hope this class is we are getting something from our sessions. Thank you one and all. Thank you, Aditya.
Yeah.
Next one question is there. Is the time allotted for this session is okay for you? If no, then please specify what time most of you convenient.
Sir, can you have the session at the morning, sir?
Morning times.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
As from today, we have only one session, sir. So it is convenient, sir. For tomorrow onwards, we have 2 sessions, no, sir.
okay, we will from tomorrow not possible, but we will plan from day after tomorrow. Tomorrow's we are already planned and everything is arranged.
Okay, sir.
We will try from day after tomorrow. One session at morning and one session at evening. What
Okay,
time
sir. Thank you,
morning?
sir. 9:30, sir. Or
9:30.
10:30, anything.
Okay, okay then.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so good day for all. Good day to all. Before going to bed, just revise once. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for your cooperation.